Hello everyone. I thought I would share a resource with you. I found a video that I thought was really great, so I kind of chopped it up a little bit, and it really is helpful for explaining utility and all the different types of utility there are. He does a much better job of it than I do. He does a much better job of it than our online coursework. I think it's really going to help you out with a better understanding. So I hope you enjoy. Let me give you a quick introduction. His name is Jason Richea, and yes, he is a teacher of economics at Town Center Montessori Private Schools, which is out there in the cold in Markham, Ontario. So yes, the dude is Canadian, and so don't be surprised if you hear a couple of boots and similar things out there. So I hope you enjoy it. It was really helpful for me actually as well. So here you go.
Okay, so what are we going to look at today? So first we're going to identify what is utility. Then we're going to look at the various types of utility, from form to information to place to time and possession. What Spanx provides is utility. The product development offers new or different products to consumers. Spanx was developed because there was a need, a void in the marketplace. It influenced the consumer's value equation. It provided benefits to these consumers. And these positive benefits, this positive value, tells us that this product has utility. So utility is what is added to a product to make it more valuable in the market. It is a perceived benefit upon the part of consumers. It gives the consumers something that other products do not. So the types of utility that a product such as Spanx provides for consumers can either be form utility, information utility, place utility, time, or possession utility. Now, form has 6 different components to it, and we will explore these in detail. But form utility in general is the idea of function and form. Form utility is the relationship between function and form. Function, what the product does, what it's intended to do. Form is what it looks like, or the type of service, so the appearance of it. Form usually follows function. What a product does will dictate what it looks like. It needs to be able to do something before you can really start messing around with its design. If you make the greatest design product and it looks fantastic but it doesn't do anything, well, you have not addressed form utility. Form utility is heavily impacted by product innovation. The more you innovate materials that you can use in your product, the more easy it becomes to actually have your product do something and look great. So form utility can come in 6 different parts: flavor, material, scent, packaging, design, and color. Each of these 6 components make up form utility. For example, material refers to what the product is made of. We have so much product innovation now in terms of materials that we can have shirts that wick away sweat. We have a product like Spanx that can make anyone look great. Right? Material utility improves products in terms of how it's made and what it's made from. No longer are we restricted to t-shirts only being made of cotton. Flavor refers to the various flavors that we taste when we try various products. Now, this doesn't apply to something like a shirt. It definitely applies more to foods. Flavorists are scientists who work on these flavors. Think of the product Jelly Belly. If you have never tried a Jelly Belly jelly bean, then you might not understand that they have done almost every imaginable flavor for jelly beans. No longer is it simply strawberry and cherry and grape. It's now schnozberries and other flavors that I can't think off the top of my head, but are absolutely crazy. Right? Scent refers to how a product smells. Aromatherapy is a continuously looked at process for making perfumes and candles smell in various different ways. And so you appeal to consumers through their nose. Color refers to the obvious idea of color, how a product looks, what colors you use. right? The idea that Coca-Cola is red, well, that's something they took into consideration when they developed the product of Coca-Cola and its label. Design refers to how it's designed, right? Chairs are no longer just simple chairs. There's now ergonomic chairs to this. There's suitcases that are aerodynamic. There's cars that are just revolutionary in terms of its design. And lastly, packaging. And this is important as well, because you could have a product that looks great, but if it's not packaged in an effective manner, then you might miss your target market. And packaging is very important. How you package your product will determine whether or not someone may purchase your product. The next type of utility is information utility. Now, this is where the consumer needs to understand how to operate the product and what it does, where it exists, where they can purchase it. All this is important information for consumers. So consumers need to know how to use the product, and therefore marketers and companies will provide manuals. They'll provide customer support. They'll provide internet sites that heavily explain how to use the product, and they'll provide now videos and all sorts of other ways to show how the product's used. And therefore advertising often gives this information about the product. The internet has definitely revolutionized this information aspect of utility. And so what we find now with many products is that there are no longer written manuals. You now have to go online to find this information. Now this can be good and bad. It makes it easy and you don't have to worry about losing that manual, but what about the people who don't have an internet connection? So information utility provides this information for consumers. They need to know how to use the product. Place utility refers to where the product is available. If the product is easily accessed, if you can easily purchase the product, it has very good place utility. If it is very difficult to find, however, it is very bad place utility. The internet has, again, revolutionized this idea of place utility. You no longer need to have a retail store in every single neighborhood. People, consumers, can log on to the internet and internet sites such as Amazon.com and find any product that they wish and have it shipped right to them. So place utility is all about where the product is available, and you need to ensure that you have place utility with your product, otherwise consumers will not be able to purchase your product. Time utility refers to having the product available when consumers want them. Therefore, many stores will be open 24/7 or 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Some are open until midnight. Some products are available all year long. So this is a time utility. Making sure that you have your product or your service available to consumers when they want it means you have good time utility. And therefore, both time of day and seasonal considerations we need to address. And having seasonal products available all year round means that you have very good time utility. You want to make sure that for some people who need swim shorts in the winter, they can find them. For some people who want to purchase snowsuits or snowboards or skis in the summer because they're going somewhere that they need this, you want to make sure you have this available to them during the summer. And lastly, we have possession utility. And this refers to how easy it is to purchase the product. High possession utility means it's very easy to purchase. Now, we're not talking about when and where to purchase the product. It's the idea that when you are in the store, you can purchase it. So here we're talking about credit, store credit, price reductions, anything that retailers or businesses do to make it easier for people to purchase the product. For example, if you walk into a car dealership and you don't have the X amount of thousands of dollars to purchase the car, they will arrange for loans. When you walk into stores such as the Brick and Leon's and the Bay and other retail stores, they offer store credit cards so that you can still purchase their products. As well, this also refers to price reductions. And so what you'll often find, and again, for example, if you walk into Loblaws right now, you will find that Halloween candy is on sale. They're trying to get rid of it. So many seasonal products they try to get rid of. They make it easier for people to purchase. And another case in point is that when you walk into many retail stores now, they have various different ways that you can purchase your products, or various different places within the store to purchase the product. No longer do you have to wait in a long lineup in Loblaws to access a cash register to purchase your goods. You can now go to your self-serve checkout and purchase your products. So utility are all of those benefits that are added to a product that make it more valuable, that make it better for someone to purchase it, or more likely for a consumer to purchase your product. Utility only applies if there is a benefit, a difference, or information that the consumer can and will use.